Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be talking about a 4G cellular trail cam that was sent out from a company called Vupeak. Now they reached out to me via my email and said, hey, we'd like to send you this product. Would you like to try it out? And I said, sure, why not? I've been doing a lot of hunting lately. 'Tis the season. And I got my normal trail camera set up that just use regular SD cards. Been wanting to get into the cell cam game, but just reading all the reviews on the Moultrie, spy cams, et cetera, a lot of people having a lot of issues with them, and I just didn't really feel the need to pay the subscription to have something that's consistently going down and having network errors and things like that. So when these guys came about and offered to send it out to the channel for free, I figured, hey, it's a win-win. Either way, I'm not paying for it, so if it works, great. If it doesn't, I didn't lose anything. So let's go ahead, dive into this thing, set it up, see how we like it, and let's go. All right, so here's the box here, and we'll just kind of go over a couple of the key highlights that they put on the packaging. So obviously animal detection, you can use it for monitoring, whether that be the farm, your yard, if you got chickens, whatever. And obviously home security because you get live updates as they happen. This is their TC36 model, and there's that info right there. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing open and see what comes in the packaging. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this open. So you do get your product manual, and this thing also has a solar panel, so that way you don't have to consistently come in and charge it. So it does have a built-in lithium-ion battery, but then obviously you don't want to have to keep taking it in and out of the field to charge it or put a power pack on it. So this solar panel right here will keep it charged. Obviously you got to plan that out and figure out a spot where you're getting the most sun. That way it continues to charge your camera. All right, here's the camera here. And then you got your tree strap, your cable to charge it. And what else is in here? Nothing. All right, and then we have the camera itself. So here's that antenna. It is built in. Previous models, they were like screw in. This one's already comes attached to it. Got your IR sensor, your camera lens there. Model information, the QR code to download the app and then to be able to set up the programming and everything. And down here, we have the power port and your status indicator lights. So you see those three lights right there. I'm going to drop a how-to video in the next few seconds. And then back here's where you actually have your on and off button and where you insert your SD card. So there's your on and off button. There's where you insert your SD card. So mine came with it. They sent it out to me, but I do notice that with normal packaging, you're going to have to go ahead and source that for yourself. All right, so it does take one of these little micro SD cards. So they sent one out for me. I did notice on their instructional video that you do have to source that yourself. So just because mine came with it, don't expect that for you. And then you got your reset button there that just kind of refreshes the system in case you run into any errors or anything. Just go ahead and reset it, let the system reboot, and it'll do its thing. All right, so that's pretty much it. You do get your little instruction manual here that has your quick guide, but I'm going to do you guys a favor, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach Vupeak's little video that they did for quick setup because I think it's a little bit better than having to read these directions here. So stand by for that right here. All right, quick test run before taking it out to the woods, set it up in the yard, caught this little squirrel doing his thing, just being a little nuisance like usual. All right, here we have it set up on one tree here, overlooking these two puddles. These gather the most water in this little area of woods that I got, so tend to get animals crossing to be able to drink. So there she is, got good signal. and we'll see what we get out here. Here, I caught a trespasser on camera. No, I'm just kidding. That's me just walking away after I set this thing up. So hopefully we catch a bunch of stuff on this cam. Got a still image of me as I was walking away just to kind of showcase that you can do that. All right, so this is me walking in for a hunt. FYI, I didn't see anything. Here's a hawk taking a bath, so this is a pretty cool image to see. Usually these guys are soaring too high above the head. Me going in for another hunt, probably not going to see anything. Deer crossing, nice, nice. Taking a sip of that water. Me coming out, of course, didn't see nothing. Great. All right, so here's what I've got. I've got the antenna pointed out into the open here, and then hooked up the solar panel. They give you this bracket here. You can screw it into wood, a platform, whatever. I just went straight into the tree. You only got about 1.25 inch screws that you're dealing with, and then you can adjust your tension with this collar here, and then you just twist this part to put pressure against the solar panel, and then you can kind of adjust that whatever way you want. So right here, catching some sun through there, and should keep this thing charged. All right, so I found another spot for the camera and went ahead and since I broke the strap there, this buckle does not like a lot of tension. So I just got to tie it in a knot. The sticks behind here just to kind of get the angle right. You can kind of preview on the screen, like if you're tilted too far up and down. So yeah, it is what it is. Got to make it work. Now I'm going to attach the solar panel so I can get some charge to this thing. One thing I do want to mention is the lens here. If you can see that, somehow the lens is now all clouded over. I'm assuming having it out in the field in the direct sunlight, it didn't like it. My other cameras don't have an issue with it, but this one, it looks like it burnt the lens out, and now my images are very cloudy. So I'm going to be interested to see if this thing even still detects motion or not. But that is a concern. Maybe what they could do is incorporate a little bit bigger of a hood to protect it from the sun exposure. But I mean, if that's what I got, that's what I got. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to see what's going on out there. I shouldn't have to worry about my lens getting burnt out, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now other than see if it still works. So get my solar panel installed here. All right, so this is what I was kind of worried about. Image quality right here, not great. I'm gonna see what I can do about it to get the camera back in the game. I think I'm gonna try to wax it and maybe buff the lens a little bit to see if I can get it to clear up. All right, so I was able to buff that lens a little bit. So you can see here, nighttime image quality got a little bit better, and getting these doe on camera here. These guys are scavenging on some acorns right there. So pretty cool. I'm gonna get this thing back out in the field. Here, I've put it back out in the field because it's really where I want it. But to protect that lens from degrading any further, I put this little platform on top of my post here, mounted the solar panel to that so it can still charge. Still gets great signal with the antenna pointed like that because it's a clear shot. And we'll see how this fares. Should get some pretty decent photos. There's a lot of activity in this little area here, so hoping to actually see what it is. I just see a lot of footprints. There's a nice rub over here. So hoping to see what's kind of prowling in this area. I haven't been able to do it so far because, well, you saw what happened to the lens. So let's see how it goes. So I was able to harvest a deer the other day. I threw some of the guts right there to see if I can get any predators on camera, and got this eastern gray fox here just chowing down on some intestines. So pretty cool to catch on camera. There's a small 6-pointer right there just chilling. Late evening doe coming in for a snack. It's pretty clear how awesome you can get these pictures with these animals. These guys are back in the morning, just chowing down. Another fox. Catching a lot of good imagery here. So, completely able to see everything. know the activity in the area, times of day, just able to pattern stuff as best to my ability. Obviously, the animals are subject to kind of do what they want to do, but you just kind of see what's in the area. All right, guys. So that's the VuPeak TC36 4G cell trail camera. I think it's pretty good. So two things. Initial setup was a little bit tricky for me. I thought I was going to have to contact customer service. I actually started to email my rep, and then I just reset it one more time, and it just happened to work. So just be patient with it. I'm one of those people that just I want it to connect and be done. I just really wasn't focusing on following the steps. I try to skip ahead and typical dude stuff. So just follow the directions. It's super easy. Set up fine. Realistically, I never had any issues with the thing. So they gave me a 7-day free trial with when they sent it out. And at the expiration of those 7 days, I went ahead and renewed it for 30 days because I really wanted to get a bunch of wildlife on the camera. There's no sense doing a review video and I didn't get anything on it. And 7 days is like kind of a crunch period to try to get a multitude of different angles, different areas, different animals, and things like that that are going on out in the woods. So I went ahead and renewed the subscription on my own dime to do the test because I wanted to have a broader time frame to just get more activity. So was able to do that seamless. Just clicked recharge now. Put in my payment information, charge me for the additional 30 days. Haven't had one hiccup with that thing. Every once in a while, the app will be a little slow. Just close it out, refresh it, and then boom, pull up my live feed, download all my videos. I can download still pictures, check on my stuff whenever I want to. No issues. A lot of the reviews I'm seeing from like Moultrie specifically, they're just always having outages, always down. You're wasting weeks at a time of paid subscription that you're not getting back, and you still can't access your camera. So just completely inconvenient. So my experience with this VuPeak TC36 has been phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and get that thing back out in the woods because I pulled it out. I did the unboxing after I had already actually like set it up and did stuff. I did it kind of backwards because I was just so excited to get it out in the woods. So I pulled it out to do this intro and outro. So I'm going to get it back out in the woods, recharge it again for another 30 days. And, that's it. The only other issue that I had was that lens. I did put some wax on it and just kind of like buff it a little bit. And as you can see by those videos, once I put that platform on top in the middle of the field, didn't have any more issues with overexposure from the sun, and been getting pretty decent imagery. So daytime and nighttime, it kind of cleared up and shouldn't be an issue. Maybe I should have had a little bit more forethought putting it out in the open like that. But again, other SD cameras didn't have that issue. But it is what it is. You got to take care of your equipment, so that's on me. Just be mindful of that if you guys are setting your stuff up where it's going to receive a lot of direct sunlight. Maybe put something in there just to protect it, just as a precaution. Maybe you won't have the issue I did. Maybe it's like a one-off thing, but better safe than sorry, especially when you're paying that kind of money for some cameras. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave a link to that product down in the description. And as always, appreciate you watching. Have a great one.